New York is the city that never sleeps, and neither does Sal Licata. From Flushing in the Bronx to the Meadowlands in MSG, Sal sounds off on the biggest sports news of the day. Welcome to WFAN Daily with Sal Licata.
Na 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 na. Hey hey hey, Philly sucks. And that's a wrap on the 76ers. Was there ever a doubt on tonight's game, that the Knicks were going to lose? Let's be serious here. They had a 22-point lead in the first quarter. It should have been wrapped up then. They made it close. It was a 32-point swing. At one point in time, the Sixers had a 10-point lead, but this game was never in doubt because one and only Jalen Brunson stole the show. Fourth quarter in crunch time, came through clutch, was nearly unmissable, had 10-plus points, just basically was money when you need to be money. Josh Hart with the big three, and basically at the end of the game it was just a fouling contest, and the Knicks finally played the smart game. Foul. You're up by 3. Foul. They hit the free throws they needed to. Thankfully, I know Jalen Brunson missed one, and it was getting a little dicey at the very end. But the New York Knicks have moved on. They're going to play the Indiana Pacers, and guess what? We don't have to deal with Joel Embiid anymore. We don't have to deal with Tyrese Maxey, and we don't have to deal with Nick freaking Nurse, the biggest, whiniest coach I've ever seen in my entire life. What is he yelling at after every single play? Every single play, he's bitching and moaning about something else that is outrageous. Looking for flagrants, looking for whatever. I mean, the guy can't complain enough in my entire life. The Knicks pushed that aside. Philly's done. Took over the Wells Fargo Arena, by the way, because the one free throw that the Sixers missed, by the way, I heard a huge roar. I wonder how that's possible. What happened to all the 2,000 tickets that the owners bought and to give out to all the fans? How is that possible that the New York Knicks fans still took over Wells Fargo Arena? Let's go, Knicks. Listen, it was a close game. I understand that when you have a 22-point lead in the first quarter, it shouldn't feel that close. A team like the Sixers, where they have Maxey and they have Embiid, who, by the way, is basically shot. I mean, he was shot at the end of the game. I know he got fouled out, but he played pretty much the whole game, but he was shot. But then you have a guy like Buddy Hield just go off. Guy who scored 2 points leading up until today, had 20-plus points. It was outrageous. They got lucky. They got the role players that they needed. The 76ers got the role players they needed to keep this game close, to make those comebacks. And listen, it wasn't easy. It should have been easy. It wasn't easy, which is why you have to take this series for what it was. Understand how good Joel Embiid is, even when he isn't healthy, how good Tyrese Maxey is. And by the way, I never gave Tyrese Maxey much credit. Watched him this series. He is a superstar. He is a player. He is him and Embiid. As long as Embiid can stay semi-healthy, I mean, those two together in Philadelphia are going to be scary for a long time. But the Knicks were the better overall team. That's what it comes down to. They really just were all series long. They were the gritty, grindy team that we always expected. They didn't give up. They kept on finding ways to get shots, to put up big three-pointers when needed, to get those dirty rebounds. That OG Anunoby dunk was dirty. That's a poster. Put that sucker up, okay? That was the dunk of the series. That didn't finish the game. We still got a little testy, but that dunk was sick. And listen, that's what the Knicks are. They're this grinding team. They're gonna find ways to, cut it down to the wire and win the game. Now, Indiana Pacers is gonna be we'll preview the hell out of that coming up. It's going to be a different series. It's not going to be as clean as this 76ers series. There was only 2 threats the entire series. It's going to be different. You got an Obi Toppin, who's got a little fight in him. You got Tyrese Halliburton, obviously, who's one of the best in the league. You're going to have to dig in deep here because the Knicks had holes. They did have holes in this series. But overall, a great win, and we can finally just put to bed the 76ers. They were one of the most annoying teams. First of all, the city as a whole is annoying, but one of the most annoying teams in the league. They would just not stop. And the Knicks put an end to that, thankfully. Again, Jalen Brunson being who he is, showing the legacy status who he is, in a big-time spot, did not come up small, and that is huge. We talked about this earlier on the Brandon Tierney and Salicata show. How big would Jalen Brunson be? He was through the roof. How many points did he have today? How many points did Jalen Brunson have today? Did he have, I believe he had 41. But he was on fire again in the fourth quarter. 41 points, led the team with 41 points. Josh Hart had 16. But again, money when it counted in the fourth quarter. The biggest moments, he was money. Hitting big threes, basically causing separation. Basically won the game in the last couple of minutes where, again, the fouling at the end had to happen. That's one thing that's got to stop. I appreciate the Knicks finding the way and, Coach Tibbs finding an actual way how to be smart enough to foul. It's just a fouling game. But at some point in time, that's getting boring. Like, if now both teams have cracked the code. If you foul, we foul, we're up by 3, you're never going to win. There's got to be a different way to have a different pace to that, because it's a little corny to me. You just delay the game, but it doesn't make a difference because hey, Philly sucks and they are gone, and that is the most important thing. Sky's the limit for this team. The Knicks, I don't see championship bound, unfortunately. That is something because you can't have a test like that with the 76ers and think that you're going to be able to beat the Boston Celtics. Think that you're going to beat some of these other high-level teams in the NBA. They're good. The Knicks are good. They have that grind. They have the Jalen Brunson leading the team. They have the Harts, the Hartensteins, DiVincenzo hitting big shots. They have good pieces. They have the effort level. I just don't know. And I'm not trying to dampen the mood, but I just seriously don't know if it was that tough to take on a Sixers team. Now, I understand the Sixers are good. They aren't your typical 7th seed team, but it's not like they were healthy. It's not like Joel Embiid was this, being this agile Joel Embiid who was just going around dunking, and he was being a dirty player. He was being a dirty player, looking like an old man on the court. It was hitting shots from everywhere. That's not really that impressive. You're going to have a different level of expectation going into the next couple of rounds. I like the Knicks. I don't know how they're going to do getting deeper into the playoffs. But regardless, one series down, Indiana Pacers up next. You got to be happy. Knicks fans got to be happy. Legacy for Jalen Brunson is complete. He's gotten over a hump of winning a tight series. Again, dude, 22 points, 24 points. We know he had 2 rough games. 39, 47, 40, 41, 12 assists on the day. I mean, Jalen Brunson just killing it as always. But congratulations, Knicks fans and Ranger fans, because guess what? Game 1, Sunday for the Rangers. Knicks, I'm not sure when the first game will be with the Pacers. But another home game for the Knicks, another home game for the Rangers. MSG is going to be popping for at least another full round between the Knicks and the Rangers. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Again, like, subscribe, follow wherever it is. You can always follow me at Hoff WFAN. Again, I'm filling in for Sal Licata, who will be back next week with more of WFAN Daily. But tomorrow, check out Brandon Tierney, Sal Licata, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on WFAN. I'll be there with them as well. Congratulations, Knicks fans. You do deserve it. Enjoy it. Do me a favor. Just don't do anything stupid. Don't go out there and jump on poles and smash buses. Act like we've been there before, which we haven't in a long time. We have not. But try to act like you've been there before. All right? Listen, enjoy, and I will see you guys tomorrow and on the next podcast. Thanks for listening.